Good evening everyone present here. My topic of discussion is anterior segment optical coherence tomography in management of closed globe injury. Ocular injuries are one of the leading factors in development of long-term monocular visual impairment. In closed globe injury, full thickness of the eye is not involved. It is divided into lamellar laceration and contusion. Spectral domain optical coherence tomography is used for anterior segment imaging in our study. It is a rapid non-invasive modality that uses superluminescent diode emitting at 840 nanometer wavelength. It provides in vivo real-time structural information of ocular surface, cornea, and anterior chamber. The purpose of the study is to detect alterations in anterior segment of the eye following closed globe injury with the help of ASOCT and its role in management of these cases. This is a hospital-based cross-sectional study conducted over a period of 6 months. 25 patients above 11 years of age diagnosed with ocular trauma attending Department of Ophthalmology were included in this study. Patient aged more than 12 years and above presenting with closed globe injury due to mechanical trauma were included in this study. Patients with chemical, thermal, and radiational injury were excluded. Patients with any pre-existing ocular disease, non-ambulatory patient, and patient who could not provide informed consent were excluded. All patients underwent thorough clinical evaluation including details regarding age, sex, occupation along with systemic symptoms, ocular complaints, treatment history, general and local ophthalmological examination. Classification of ocular trauma is done on the basis of type of injury, visual acuity, grade, and zone of injury. These patients were then subjected to spectral lobar anterior segment OCT. 25 eyes of 25 patients were examined in our study. This is a bar diagram showing age distribution of anterior segment injuries. Highest incidence is seen between 41 to 50 years age group. Coming to anterior segment findings, corneal findings, corneal edema had highest incidence followed by corneal Descemet's membrane rupture. In anterior chamber findings, uveal tissue and lenticular findings are tabulated here. Hyphema, 11 patients had hyphema and anterior angle recession and iridodialysis. Four patients had angle recession and iridodialysis, 2 patients had iridodialysis. This is the bar diagram showing the same data. In figure 1, angle recession is shown. Patient in hyphema along with angle recession. In the second diagram, subluxation of lens is shown and Descemet's membrane folds were seen in the third picture, and iris tissue tear with hyphema shown on the third picture. The patients with closed globe injury may have severe corneal edema and media opacity, making it difficult to assess presence of other anterior segment complications. In our study, 5 cases with contusion injury of the eye had corneal Descemet's membrane damage detected with ASOCT, which slit lamp examination could not detect. These patients were treated accordingly. Vailegala et al. In their study reported that ASOCT revealed Descemet's membrane separation, also showed acute angle closure and pupillary block with blood-stained cornea. 15% cases had hyphema occupying more than 50% of anterior chamber. Among these cases, in spite of hazy media, iridodialysis is detected in 8% cases. Urban et al. In their study found that high resolution documentation and simple visualization are both offered by ASOCT. 12% cases had traumatic hyphema, which showed angle recession. These patients were closely monitored for any spike in IOP. Topical aqueous suppressants were used in these cases which raised IOP. These patients were made aware of future surgical interventions if IOP is not controlled with medical management. In summary, the anterior segment OCT was effective in obtaining high resolution pictures. It was helpful in evaluation and treatment planning of these cases. It is a non-contact imaging modality. It offers benefits of reproducibility and precision. Clinical imaging is crucial in visually dependent disciplines, and these images used in our study gave access to extra information that would not have been otherwise known. These are my references. Thank you.
Thank you very much. We have the next speaker. Any questions from the panel? Which
I think it,
classification was followed for the closed globe injury?
Birmingham Eye Trauma Terminology classification.
Birmingham classification. And how did you manage the Descemet's membrane detachment?
Ma'am, we gave the patients the um, hyper soul, and then we observed the patients, and then many of the patients were
but there was no detachment. I think it was descent membrane
folds.
folds.
Yes, sir,
Folds were there.
folds.
But this with this, what difference will you find? Because grossly, I don't think you have got anything extra from slit lamp examination. Because angle recession, you cannot rely on this. You have to do gonioscopy when the hyphema resolves.
Yes, sir.
So what I feel is slit lamp is still the gold standard because you can see the folds on the endothelium or in the cornea by slit lamp. You can see hyphema on slit lamp. You can see subluxation which you have found on of the lens on slit lamp. You have to do gonioscopy for confirmation of angle recession.
Yes, sir.
And in the presence of hyphema in the anterior chamber, you cannot see the by this ASOCT. So I think still we cannot avoid doing slit lamp examination.
We cannot replace slit lamp
Yeah, we
examination.
cannot
This is a
replace
new
it.
modality, sir.
So
That's right.
it can, but nothing extra we have got from this.
Yes, sir.
What we can achieve from by the slit lamp examination, but you can substantiate or document it by doing this. Thank you.